and a spot in the semifinals. Let's do it. First pitch of our ball game. A little bit down low. Nick Biddison takes ball one. Biddison, Cross, and Schubel batting against Billy Barlow on a Thursday night. We have been so fortunate. Vi Lyles smiling, the mayor of Charlotte, with the weather that we produced over the first 3 days of this tournament. These two clubs did not meet during the regular season, so fresh eyes. Biddison being patient. 2 balls and a strike. Third team All-ACC is Biddison, .336 batter, 8 homers. Took a monster cut.
You see that good two-seam action from Barlow. If he's got that working, kind of what he lives off of, and needs weak contact out of that movement.
Virginia Tech last made it to the NCAA tournament many moons ago. This is a fair ball? Nope, foul ball. Actually went off of Biddison. Last time Virginia Tech made it to the NCAA tournament was 2013, 9 seasons ago. That's clearly going to change this year. John Shepp, ACC Coach of the Year, after doing good work at Maryland for a bunch of years before that, Marist. Program flourishing in Blacksburg. Again, off the front leg of Biddison.
You wonder now with that two-seam fastball in, beating it to the ground a couple times, if he's opened up the outside corner with a breaking ball. But first pitch breaking ball of the game. I think this might be a good spot.
Barlow's 2-2, misses high. Barlow, freshman, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This time last year, he was a high school player. Looks the part, 6'2", 205. Got a bunch of them in this game. 0-2 is the call to Cross. I think I'm going to have fun. Home plate umpire Greg Street has got a great called strike call early in the game, but I'm already a fan. Greg Street calling the balls and strikes. There goes the runner. Swung on, missed. That'll be a steal. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Cross down to first. And he is out. But because of the throw down to first, they call it dead ball. That's goofy because Biddison made it over to third.
No, you can't. The base was occupied.
Oh, it was occupied before the steal.
So, yeah, so the throw down to first, now they made a mistake and moved the runner to third because they threw it to first.
So the runner was off.
But he had still occupied first base. So with the strikeout, the runner can't advance to first base. Now they throw it to first, and the Biddison advances to third. That's
going to be interesting to see how it's ruled. Is that going to be a stolen base for Biddison? It is a stolen base for Biddison, and he goes to third on the throw to first. Is that just a throw to first, or they give an error on someone?
It won't be an error.
Interesting. All right, so you got a runner on a third. We do not have a base hit in our ball game. You got a stolen base for Biddison, and now Tanner Schobel, the batter. Schobel, first team All-ACC. Sophomore shortstop. We were watching him warm up, man. He has got some good actions at shortstop. He's from Williamsburg, Virginia. You ever been to Williamsburg, Virginia?
I don't think I have.
Colonial Williams. You got to take your family. It's as if you're in 1750 all over again.
I was going to ask if it was some historical.
Big tourist place. Oh, yeah. Colonial Williamsburg. Barlow called strike, 3-1. That was a breaking ball, 3-0. ...16 homers, 66 runs batted in. What a great year for your shortstop. On the ground, foul. John Sheff, the head coach, does not coach the bases. Sometimes you see that in college baseball.
You see an infield back. They're giving up the run right now. Now they're going to scoot in with 2 strikes.
Yeah, there's that shift, extreme shift. You got the 3 defenders on the left side of the infield.
I actually like this by Clemson. Give them a chance to get the run across, and now with 2 strikes, force the issue.
3-2. And the free from the ACC. Good stop by the catcher, Reed Garris. One ball, no strikes. So Barlow is playing with fire. He's already walked a pair, and now he is down in the count to the cleanup man, Hurley.
It looks like he's trying to make too good of pitches. That 2-seam fastball, we saw that in the bat against Biddison. Throw it middle, let it run, and let it do all the work.
Sharply into right field. That'll score the game's first run. RBI base hit for Hurley. Hunter's second team All ACC, sophomore catcher, 15 homers, called strike 1.
Good pitch.
Maybe Barlow's starting to settle in.
And if you're Barlow, you have to understand, I gave up 1 run, buckle it back down, pound the strike zone. You have a good defense behind you. Try to get that ground ball double play.
Schobel at second, Hurley follows him at first. Wow, all right. Welcome to the ball game. Billy Barlow, he strikes out Hunter on 3 pitches.
The fastball's got some bite to it. Start commanding a little bit better. Fastball middle. Right by Cade Hunter.
Two outs, 2 on. Next in line for Virginia Tech, Eduardo Malinowski. Grad student. Transfer from Penn. First 4 years playing college baseball in the Ivy League. He has shown way more pop in the ACC than he ever had in the Ivy League. He's got 12 homers, 47 runs batted in. Batting in the heart of the Virginia Tech lineup. 1 ball and a strike. Barlow continues to methodically look at that cheat sheet on the belt. Sawed him off the thumbs. Catch made against North Carolina. On the ground, third baseman DeMartini. First baseman Lucas Donlin able to stay on the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now, as you'd expect, a team that has been so good consistently all season long, Virginia Tech not only hits well, they not only pitch well, but defensively they don't make too many mistakes.
All the good teams, it doesn't matter where you play. high school, college, big leagues, good defense usually leads to more wins, and that's one thing that we've seen in this tournament. Some shaky defense has led to some runs. Virginia Tech's one of the better defenders in the ACC.
Will Taylor, freshman left fielder. Taylor had a chance to play pro ball coming out of high school. He decided to say no. A year ago this time, he was drafted in the 19th round by Texas. A lot of times we see guys drafted in the 30s. But no, he's drafted in the 19th round. He said, I'd rather play as a scholarship athlete at Clemson.
Two-sport guy. Football guy, wide receiver.
Yeah, why give it up?
The crazy part about Will Taylor is he tore his ACL the fall. 7 months later, finally gets on the field, and 7 months for an ACL is
crazy.
Very fast.
He's fast at everything he does. Yeah, Clemson, what, about a decade ago? Maybe a decade and a half? Kyle Parker,
Yep.
starting quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, and was a baseball phenom.
Colorado Rocky, I believe.
Yeah, he was the guy who played with Mike Freeman and Brad Miller and those guys. Chris Dwyer. Here's Max Wagner, third baseman. ACC Player of the Year. Best to come out of Green Bay, Wisconsin in a long time. If you're going to look for a great baseball player, you don't start your search in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm here to tell you.
Well, he's a good one that's come out of there.
Into right field. Hit well. Biddison.
For a 973 fielding percentage. The Tiger record for the fielding percentage is 975, set in the 2018. 9 of the 55 errors being committed were by pitchers. That means non-pitchers committed just 46 errors. The predominant infield trio of Max Wagner, Benjamin Blackwell, and Blake Wright combined have only committed 25 errors on the season coming in to the postseason. Guys?
Fantastic stuff. Actually, the thing that stuck out to me, when 9 errors by pitchers, that's a lot of errors.
Yeah, that's
Is that what PFP is for?
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good.
Pitcher fielding practice is a staple of every baseball practice. Billy Barlow, his second inning of work. Should be an easier road to hoe here. It's going to be the bottom third of the order. A couple of Carsons and a Lucas. Carson Jones, Lucas Donlin, Carson DeMartini. Combined in our ball game, we have 5 of the 18 starters with first names that begin with CA. 2 Carsons, a Cade, a Caden, and a Camden. And for the second consecutive inning, Billy Barlow walks the leadoff man. Carson Jones is aboard. Here's the first baseman, Lucas Donlin.
Good pitch. He's got the movement. He can just throw through the catcher instead of falling off to the side of the mound, yanking balls. Mechanics are a little bit off right now. You can see his head falling off to the first base side of the rubber, and the arm goes with it. Just a little out of sync.
Donlin, a .250 batter. 1 homer, 10 runs batted in. It's hit hard, and the third baseman, Max Wagner, can't make the play. And that is a...
Jinxed him. I feel so bad. If they're rewatching this, guys, that's my B. Give me an error. I'll take that one. Put it down in the score sheet. My bad.
Here's Carson DeMartini. Maybe during the regular season, or maybe if this was in a semifinal game on Saturday, you don't know, but Carson DeMartini, the number 9 hitter, was their first and second. A lot of times you think bunt, but it doesn't look like he's going to lay one down.
He's been good with runners in scoring position, 348 I don't know if I would take the bat out of his hand as well as he swung the bat this year.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. Why is he hitting in the 9-hole? He has got unbelievable production with that 13 homers and 39 runs batted in. It's kind of like Ben Bianco with Louisville. Bianco, I thought, was the best number 9 hitter in the ACC this year, playing for Louisville with 11 homers and 50 runs batted in. But yeah, DeMartini, pretty darn good as well in the 9-hole with the numbers that he has.
When you look at the strongest lineups in the ACC, you look at Virginia, they're top to bottom, very good. Notre Dame, I thought, was very good, top to bottom. Virginia Tech, the same thing.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
And John Sheff has had trouble getting everybody in the lineup because they are so deep, and that's one of their strengths.
Now, DeMartini looking hitterish. I'm here to tell you. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter, but you're not going to knock the bat out of this guy's hand. Called strike 3. Barlow got the strikeout he needed. Second strikeout of the game for Billy Barlow.
Same type of pitch. He ended up getting Cade Hunter on.
Second time through the order, Nick Biddison began the game with a steal, or a walk, a steal, and a run scored. You got Jones on at second. Donlin follows him at first. Hammered off the glove of Wagner. 1 run will score. Donlin cruising towards third. He'll make it. Ball doesn't get far enough away from Garris. Gavin Cross, man at the plate right now, has something in common with my partner, Nick Green. Gavin Cross's father was offered a scholarship to play baseball at East Tennessee State University. Unlike you, Nick, he took it. Gavin Cross comes from good stock. His dad played not only at ETSU, but also played pro ball for 3 years.
So that means that I would have been in the same position.
His father played in the Braves and the Padres chain.
And I played in both of those chains as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Tell you what, his son's one of the best in the country.
One pitch to Cross. 2-1. Gavin Cross, first team All ACC.
I think some stats that tell the story are how well did these guys hit in the ACC. You know, you're going to get good pitching. Gavin Cross played with Team USA in the summer, and now
on the ground, this will score a run. Second baseman Wright throws out Cross at first. It's a 3-0 lead for the Hokies.
He's having a great year, and he's just done so much good work in the ACC. Shows you what kind of hitter he is. 330, 10 homers in the ACC. This situation, you know the infield's back. Try to get the ball in the middle of the field on the ground. You move a runner, you get a run scored.
Here's Tanner Schobel. Like Cross in front of him. Was not drafted out of high school, but is now draft eligible and will be drafted high. Schobel's not a huge kid by any stretch of imagination. 5'10", 170 pounds. But you can't tell by the numbers. 16 homers, 66 runs batted in. To left. And the catch is sophomore from Asheville. And I love that. Hit him where they ain't. There were 3 defenders on the right side of the infield. He goes to the left side. There was a hole you could have driven probably 8 semis through. And he gets himself a leadoff single.
Good approach, too. Fastball up and away. Lines it right to left field. You see that shift. Nobody on the left side other than third baseman playing to defend the bunt.
first base runner for Clemson. Blake Wright, second team All-ACC. Clemson, Tuesday, lost 9-2 against North Carolina. You know, what's on the line for Clemson is the postseason. You win today against Virginia Tech with their RPI and their status, that'd be huge. To the right side and gone. Blake Wright, an opposite field home run. Home run number 11 on the year for Wright, and Clemson right back into this ball game.
If you're Clemson, this is exactly what you need. The momentum had been shifting to Virginia Tech's favor. Well, that home run makes a statement that says Clemson's not going anywhere. Fastball away, shot to right field. Great swing for Blake Wright. A big two-run home run to get them back in this game.
Single by Engel. Homer by Wright. Briar Hawkins next in line.
And you can hear the buzz now. It had been so quiet. Life is back in that Clemson dugout.
That's two programs that travel real well. You got Clemson down the road. You got Virginia Tech up the road. Both with rabid fan bases. Charlotte relatively easy to get to. Really easy to get to for Clemson fans. A lot of Hokie alums, Tiger alums live here in Charlotte.
Been driving around the city. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I think I drove by your house today.
Did my butler let you in?
On
to left field, off the end of the bat. Jack Hurley makes the play. That's the first out in the second inning.
Don't you live off Queen Street?
It's a beautiful part of the world.
Oh, my goodness.
Charlotte, North Carolina. The Queen City. Named for Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg. And I'll tell you, as it gets darker and darker, backdrop of the skyline here in Uptown, it's a pretty place to be on a summer evening. Camden Troyer. Youngster, just a freshman, getting an opportunity here in the ACC tournament. 2-0. Aggressive swing. Got a 2-0 pitch he can handle and rip. 110 ACC baseball championships over the years. A lot of pride with that program. Caden Grice, 1 for 3 with a double a couple of days ago. All right, Nick. Here is your trivia question of the night. There are only 2 ACC schools that have played in all 48 ACC baseball tournaments. You got Clemson, and you got who?
Well, Wormy and I discussed this, how long some teams have been in. Okay. So I'm going to go with Virginia.
Yes! Yes! You can stay.
Wormy was giving me a history lesson the past 2 days.
Tom Wormy, he's brilliant. Went to an ACC school, but they don't play baseball at Syracuse. Two balls and 2 strikes, Caden Grice. There may not be anyone who bleeds ACC more than Tom Wormy. Man.
Love it. Or Boston Red Sox.
Oh, well, that's just annoying. I always heard the only thing more annoying than a Yankee fan is a Red Sox fan. And I believe it.
You gotta love them both. They're both great in their own ways.
Ryan Metz retired the side in order in the first inning. Hadn't had the same success here in the second. It's now 3-2. Runner on at first base, Camden Troyer. Already 2 runs in. How much do you trust Caden Grice? Do you let the runner first go? Virginia Tech thinking along the same line.
I don't know if you can run here. Caden Grice has 96 strikeouts on the year. I don't know if that's a great idea.
There he goes. Pops him up. Playable. Left side. DeMartini. 2 down. Garris is from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. You can win a lot of games if you're Clemson just by putting a fence around the state of North Carolina.
You have to be careful if you're Virginia Tech right now, trying to pick off. You certainly don't want to throw a ball away. Troyer has 1 stolen base, but right now you've got the 9-hole hitter up with 2 outs. You want to attack the hitter.
1 ball and strike. Off the end of the bat, softly into center field. Cross got a late jump. Makes the second. Jack Hurley leads things off. Didn't mean to. 0-1 to Hurley. It'll be Hurley, Hunter, and Malinowski here in this third inning. Hurley single in the first.
With that base hit in the first, Hurley's now hitting 8 of his last 9. 5 RBIs over that stretch.
Three descenders, right side of the infield. Popped up. Will Taylor trying to catch a punt. That is the first out of our third inning. Taylor plays football for Dabo.
I still can't believe he came back from ACL in 7 months. By the way, I like that reflector purple under the Tigers.
Doesn't
nice touch.
I'm with you on that. I've always liked their colors.
I'm in on purple and orange. I like it.
Here's Cade Hunter. Hunter is a sophomore, but he's draft eligible. Comes from an athletic family. His father, Scott Hunter, currently the Mariners scouting director. His father played 9 minor league seasons as an outfielder in the Dodgers organization, among others. His father was taken in the 5th round. Cade Hunter has a chance to be taken higher than that. The athletic genes actually go further back. His great-grandfather, we actually have information on this, his great-grandfather, Fred, played professional hockey. I didn't know they were playing professional hockey 4 generations ago. Clearly they were.
We learn something new every day, right?
Hockey and baseball do kind of go together. You can ask Tom Glavine about that.
Is this true? Mike Soroka, another guy that loves hockey. Played hockey as an amateur.
Lindsey Rowley agrees. 3-2. Hard through the right side of the infield. Scorched. Base hit for Hunter, his first of the ball game, with 1 out, a runner aboard for Virginia Tech.
Cade Hunter's now hit it 7 straight. Knows what to do with a fastball.
One down, runner aboard for Eduardo Malinowski. Malinowski played high school ball in Spring, Texas. That's the Houston area. Swings at the first pitch, lifts it in the air, right field. Long run for Troyer. Did he? Yes! What a play! There'll be better days. And the equipment manager right now is spitting out his gum. He's like, man, I got some work to do with that uniform.
Sliding on that gravel's never fun either.
Yeah, oh man. Hope you got some product for that. Good luck.
Gonna be there all night trying to get that stuff clean.
Here's Carson Jones. Walked and scored an inning ago. Clemson is very aggressive with their shifts. You got runners on first base, and you have 3 defenders right side of the infield. Second baseman Blake Wright is playing 10 feet onto the outfield grass.
This outfield for Clemson's playing so deep. You see how deep Grice is in center field. Playing basically on the wall and right and left.
Barlow trying to get out of an inning unscathed for the first time. It's the first inning he hasn't allowed a leadoff walk to a Hokie. Nice breaking pitch. 2-2. Pitcher Billy Barlow, look at his glove hand. He's got his index finger out, but not out. You see pitchers, sometimes they can indicate what they're going to throw when their finger moves, and that's the reason why you have that little flap of leather on top of your index finger. So he wants the finger out. He likes to control that way. You see defenders do that all the time, but then he has this piece of leather tucked over it, so there's no tells.
One way to prevent pitch tipping.
I prefer cow tipping. 2-2. And we'll do it again.
I think it's only smart to do that because sometimes you can just do it without even knowing it. And with all the video, they probably have somebody specific watching those type of things. It's just smart to make sure it's not available for the pitcher to do that. And when I was playing, a lot of guys did not use the little cover, and they would tip.
2-2. For those of you out there wondering, there actually is a thing called cow tipping. My mother used to tell me she used to do it growing up on a farm. Cows, if they sleep standing up, you can actually push them over. It's called cow tipping.
It's just not nice.
That was fun back in the day.
The cow's trying to sleep.
Hammer! Deep! Get out of here! Way out of here! By the freshman right-hander, Austin Gordon, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Just a little bit south of North Myrtle Beach, I'm assuming. Lucas Donlin, 2 outs, bases clear. Donlin Donlin, first time up, reached on an error by the third baseman Wagner. I always find it interesting when these pitchers have their little cheat sheet with the signs on different parts of their body. You saw Barlow had it on his belt buckle. Gordon has it on his wrist.
I'm so glad that they made some sort of adjustment to try to speed up the game a little bit, especially in college. I mean, you go back to Virginia was one of the worst offenders ever of taking 30-plus seconds in between pitches, and it was a nightmare for everybody. They were really good. But if guys can start to work a little bit quicker, get in rhythm, stay in rhythm, I think it definitely helps, and I'm in on that technology.
So Gordon comes on and walks the leadoff man. Donlin is aboard. Here's the number 9 hitter, Carson DeMartini. We've already had one home run by a Carson here in this third inning. Carson Jones. 6th homer of the year. Now Carson DeMartini takes called strike 1. DeMartini from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Solid single to center field. Bryce has to run it down. Stopping at second is Donlin.
Another good swing. Little two-seamer away. Barreled it up back up the middle. We talked about the depth of this lineup. The production from the bottom has been so good. Carson Jones, 2 runs scored, home run, walk. Run scored from Donlin, and now DeMartini has his first hit of the day.
Third time in 3 innings that Nick Biddison has batted. Swings at the first pitch, laces it to right field, going back. Troyer has to play it off the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes DeMartini, and he slams up.
Walk, run scored, double RBI, home run, 3 RBIs.
So it's now an 8-2 lead for Virginia Tech. All of this happening with 2 outs. Going the other way. Cross. He's gone deep. Back-to-back homers for Virginia Tech. What offense this team has. 3 homers in the inning.
That swing was gorgeous. Fastball middle, backs it up, drives it to left field. Home run number 14, RBI number 40. He actually came into this tournament 0 for 11 in the Duke series, and now he's got off the snide.
Three homers in the inning. Carson Jones, Nick Biddison, Gavin Cross, and now Tanner Shalvo! Back to back to back!
Schobel absolutely destroys this ball, hits the scoreboard. Number 17 on the season.
Austin Gordon has faced 5 men. He walked a batter, he gave him a line drive single, and now back to back to back homers. Hokies have batted around 7 2-out runs here in the third inning. Hurley. I've seen a lot of baseball. I've never seen back-to-back to back-to-back. Have you ever seen 4 consecutive, Nick Green?
I don't think I have.
Hurley's got a chance. 13 homers on the year. Oh, man. Trying to get it to Lumberton right there.
Gordon's angry now.
Ball and 2 strikes. Good job by Gordon.
Lows by Coach Hansen, and the Virginia Tech sledgehammer was born.
I love it. Thank you, Lindsay. So are Peter Gabriel smiling. New pitcher coming on. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brady Kirtner. He replaces Ryan Metz. So it may be Johnny Allstaff this evening as Virginia Tech just trying to plow through this game and get ready for the championship game of Pool A tomorrow, which will be a night game between Virginia Tech and North Carolina. Top of the order, Benjamin Blackwell batting against Kirtner. Blackwell first time up, bounced out to 3rd. Kirtner, redshirt freshman. This is his first year playing. He was with the team last year, but didn't get any tick. He's from Christiansburg, Virginia. 5'11", 170 pounds. On the ground, two-hopper. Third baseman, DeMartini. Second time that Blackwell has bounced to 3rd against 2 different pitchers. All right, Will Taylor is next.
That inning was such a gut punch to Clemson. Virginia Tech up 3-0. After 1.5, they scored 2 to get back in it, and then give up 7.
Breaking ball and strike to Taylor. Taylor played his first college game on May 6th. Mentioned he had torn ACL, suffered on October 2nd as a football player at Clemson. He is the first Clemson Tiger football player to play on the baseball team in 9 years. Shows you the talent he has and the expectation level. You don't play all season long. The minute you're healthy, not only do you play, but you play 11 consecutive games.
It's crazy. And, you know, he's not the only football, baseball guy in this tournament either.
A little bit high. 3-1.
Virginia has Jay Wolfhook, who came in, showed really good stuff. He played quarterback. It started against Notre Dame this past year.
Oh, goodness.
Threw for almost 200 yards.
5-pitch walk to Taylor. So with 1 out, a runner aboard. Clemson's not out of this. Obviously, they're going to have to slow down the bats of Virginia Tech. But their offense is pretty darn good as well. As a team this year, Clemson hitting .283 with 97 homers, making 98, considering Blake Wright got one back in the 2nd inning. Max Wagner flew out to right, first time up. ACC Player of the Year, gunning for a bomb, and he's got it. A homer. Max Wagner, number 26. And here comes Clemson clawing back. That was his 27th. He's now 4 away from J.D. Drew, the great Florida State Seminole, who had 31 homers in 1997.
That was when the bats were highly juiced.
Wow.
Taking nothing away from J.D.
Nothing away from J.D. Drew. But you're all right. It's a different era. Cooper Ingle. Engel, a North Carolinian. He is from western part of the state, Asheville native. Two balls and two strikes. Bradley Kirtner coming on. Relief of Ryan Metz. Metz 2 innings, 2 runs. He gave up the 2-run homer to Blake Wright, who's in the on-deck circle. Called strike 3. Second out of the inning.
Good pitch. Trying to get Engel to bite on the slider in the pitch before, then he goes fastball away, no shot. Perfect location.
We're looking at the future of both these programs. We've seen 3 pitchers in the game today that are all freshmen getting opportunities. Starter for Virginia Tech was Ryan Metz, but Kirtner is a freshman. 2 pitchers we've seen for Clemson, Barlow and Gordon, both freshmen. Wright his 11th homer last time up. He's down in the count 0-2. Should end the inning. Oh, it's some funky spin on it. Malinowski. I apologize. It is not. It is still Austin Gordon.
I think he will come in.
Cade Hunter leads things off. Hunter followed by Malinowski and Jones. Already 8 hits, 10 runs for Virginia Tech. This is their first tournament game. Number 1 seed. Had a chance to watch for the first 2 days, and they watched from back home in Blacksburg. Didn't get to town until yesterday. Took the bus down. So Nick Green, when you start on Thursday here in the ACC tournament, that means here's Malinowski. One and two.
Tell you what, you've got to be careful with those fastballs up in the zone. You almost have to get them higher than high. With the way the ball's flying out, if you touch it on the barrel and it's up in the zone, it's going to be a home run.
Breaking ball spoiled, and we'll do it again. Now Clemson is taking on a Virginia Tech team that is well regarded nationally. Consensus number 2 team in the country with a bullet. You got Baseball in America, collegiate baseball, D1 baseball, perfect game, USA Today Coaches Bowl. Everyone, to a person, saying, you know what? That's the number 2 team in the country.
I think that's making a statement. You look at these polls, a lot of times you see rankings all over the place. But if everybody can agree to a number 2 ranking, just like I'm sure number 1 is Tennessee, and everybody agrees on that as well. But that means you've done something right, and they are no doubt one of the best teams in the country, and they're showing that today.
Healthy cut fouled away by Malinowski. Gordon with consecutive strikeouts dating to last inning. Misses down low. Count goes full to Malinowski. Got people out there blowing up my phone. My goodness. Who is the number 1 team in the country? You have Virginia Tech's number 2. It's Tennessee. Volunteers.
That team.
Number 1 team in the country out of the SEC.
I'm assuming they're consensus number 1. I just can't see it any other way.
They're doing it for Todd Helton. Speaking of two-way players, Todd Helton was
That's
a
right.
quarterback.
Yep.
On the same team with Peyton Manning at Tennessee. Off the thumbs. Second baseman.
How do we succeed? And you have to give him a ton of credit.
Carson Jones, man, his last time up, hit a ball that was an absolute howitzer shot. You look at those numbers. Look, maybe you think he played the entire season. He hasn't. This is his 13th game of the year. 13 games already, has 6 homers and 13 runs batted in.
No doubt or two.
Oh.
He has been on fire the last 5.
2 all-time greats coming out of Blacksburg. Basketball-wise, no one debates it. Del Curry, elite. But baseball, they haven't really had a breakthrough stud that everyone says, uh-oh, that's our guy. I guess you could consider Franklin Stubbs. Decent amount of time in the big leagues. Los Angeles Dodger back in the 80s.
Hitting coordinator for the Braves when I was there.
Hey, Franklin Stubbs.
Good
Love his
dude.
swing. Good swing. For Johnny Oates. Johnny Oates is a big league manager. Johnny Oates played at Virginia Tech. How about that? Joe Saunders, recent vintage left-hander for Tampa Bay, among other teams.
Yep.
Brad Klontz, former
Klontz, he was over there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that when you have a team like this and you see the success that you're having, and John Schiff's done a great job, you're going to start getting better recruits more consistently. And
only 1 appearance on the year, but that was because of injury. Silverling returning from thoracic outlet syndrome. That cost him the beginning part of his season. He's amped up, you can tell. Oh, he's really amped up. Silverlings High School, Charlotte Christian won state championship last weekend here in North Carolina. Three pitches, not one has been close to the strike zone.
And you almost wonder if Grice is the wrong guy to get him started with. Lefty, doesn't want to hit him, doesn't want to miss arm side. Now we're seeing him yank everything to the glove side.
4-pitch walk, ball gets away from the catch. So the new pitcher, Christian Worley, facing the number 9 batter, Reed Garris. Good strike, 94 miles an hour. Garris is like, man, I wasn't expecting that. Another crisp fastball, 93, but that one misses. Briar Hawkins was hit with a pitch. Camden Troyer followed with a homer. Caden Grice walked, and now Garris batting against Worley.
Good pitch. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. Down and away, 94.
to buckle the knees. Worley comes out of the pen and strikes out Garris.
Well, back-up slider. Been left to right with that fastball, and then locks him up on the inside part with the breaking ball.
So Worley settles things down. That's the first out of the inning. Benjamin Blackwell can't catch up to 95. 0-1. Starting to understand why Worley has the strikeout numbers that he does. Opposite field. That'll hang up long enough for Biddison to make the play. 2 down. Blackwell's now 0 for 3. Split the ball and play all 3 times. Nothing to show for it. Here's Will Taylor. Taylor an inning ago walked and scored in the homer by Max Wagner. Clemson may have their hands full with this Worley. He's ready to play. On the ground sharply. Shortstop Schobel. What a wonderful season for the Hokies. Now being challenged a bit. After leading 10-2, it's now 10-6. Lucas Donlin leads things off. He's been aboard twice without the benefit of a base hit. Come on, Don. 0-2. Austin Gordon remains in the game, and he has been a revelation for Clemson. Talk about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. First 5 men that he faced, not only all reached, but all scored. A walk, a hit, 3 consecutive homers. But then the last 4 have all been retired. 3 of them via the strikeout. Explain that, Nick Green.
Well, it's tough to explain, but it almost looked like he got mad and got angry. He pumped 95 on Hurley in that at-bat where he struck him out swinging. And it was like, okay, well, now I've got to get going. I don't have a choice. If I want to get this thing turned around, I have to get something else going, and he has. And that slider's been better. Fastball in the zone's been better. He's shown us a lot.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Donlin. Magical year for Virginia Tech. Just handed a note that when they scored 10 runs or more, they're 18-0. Kind of not that surprising. You scored 10 runs, you better win. But the bigger issue is they've scored 10 runs or more in 18 of 51 games. That's incredible. 36% of their games, they score at least 10 runs.
That means you have a pretty good offense. And you know what, though? When Lindsey just interviewed Coach Chef, you could feel it. You could feel the intensity he has, the expectations he has. He knows what he has in this offense and has seen them do it time and time again, so nothing is shocking to him.
Austin Gordon has faced. All right, runner on at first base is Lucas Donlin. Carson DeMartini is his 3rd at-bat of the game. It's the 3rd pitcher he's faced. Freshman 3rd baseman's had a whale of a year. To DeMartini. know, there's certain things that work in baseball. And pitchers with Jackson Lindley's build, wow, that has always been in vogue. That is a pitcher's body. He's listed at 6'4", 220. And he's got those legs that Nolan Ryan would envy. A lot of strength in those quads and hamstrings.
Been on a Spencer Strider, former Tiger, workout plan. Don't tell me you don't know about Spencer Strider.
I don't. I'm hoping you'll expound on it.
Oh, my goodness. He was at Clemson, tore his ACL, or tore his UCL, I should say. Tommy John, he's in the big leagues with the Braves right now. Absolutely filthy, sits 99 to 101. Quadzilla. I've got to get you watching the Braves a little bit.
Little bit inside, 3-2. So good at bat, DeMartini to work the count full. After DeMartini, it's 3 consecutive guys who homered their last time up. Biddison, Cross, and Schobel. There goes the runner. Foul all the way.
Ooh, that breaking ball is sharp.
And really, they all kind of profile the same way. You could put any of them in number 1 spot or the number 4 spot or the 3 spot. Power and average.
4 really, really good hitters.
Are you expecting a bunt here from Biddison?
I actually thought about it for a second. I'm like,
I couldn't even get it out of my mouth without laughing.
That is a trick question.
2-0. Yeah, Lindley better find the strike zone soon. Runner on at second base, Lucas Donlin. He walked. Runner on at first base, Carson DeMartini. He walked. Those back-to-back-to-back homers by Virginia Tech in the third. First time they've done that in ACC play. Quality strike. Uh-oh. You'd imagine this is going to be a hittable pitch. Last thing you want to do is walk the bases loaded for Gavin Cross. Tried to aim it. 17 homers now. Base hit here and 2-run score, and basically all the work over the last 2 innings for Clemson goes out the window.
Good pitch. That's an excellent take from Schobel. Lindley was so sharp on Tuesday. Today, not near where he was. He's sitting in that 91 range. Fastball is 93, 95 on Tuesday. A lot crisper.
And the walk is issued. That's the 4th walk of the inning allowed by Clemson pitching. Schobel's on at first. And Gilbert's first pitch, ball 1. Already both teams have used 4 pitchers. It's the top of the 5th inning. Ooh. Games like this, you talk to head coaches and say, hey, who you plan on throwing today? And they say, Johnny Allstaff. That means that everyone's available. Sometimes just a batter, sometimes an inning. Never know, just whatever you can give. Two and one.
I think Monty Lee had higher expectations for Billy Barlow today, too, especially as well as he pitched his last time out.
Well, Gilbert's one wild one away from putting another run on the board for Virginia Tech. A combined 4 walks allowed by Clemson pitching here in the 5th inning. Only ball hit in play was a ground ball by Gavin Cross. Ground ball out to the second baseman. Pops him up. Oh, a gift calling for it to third baseman Wagner. Hunter. Somehow Clemson will have dodged a massive bullet. I don't think I've ever seen an inning in which a team has walked 4 batters and the only team has only scored 1 run. Usually you walk 4 batters and we're talking a big-time crooked frame.
Clemson comes out of this with 1 run allowed. That's a nice inning, the way this inning has played out.
Three pitchers have combined to walk 4 Virginia Tech Hokies. And now Gilbert, the 2-1. Oh my. Needs to throw a strike here. I think John Sheff is saying, you know what? It's got to be true if you're going to pull the trigger.
I think you have to look middle and only middle. Leave the corners alone.
Ball 4. The 5th walk of the inning. And the carousel allows DeMartini to score.
Monty Lee almost doesn't know where to turn right now. Can't imagine the frustration. If you get hit around, that's one thing, but if you walk guys, that's a completely different story.
Nick Green, imagine being a defender right now. You're a Clemson defender. You've been standing out there for probably 25 minutes and only 1 ball's been put in play. There have been precious few swings, even get you excited to wet your whistle.
It's a bad feeling, I know that. And as a pitcher, you want to keep your defenders on their toes. Well, you've got them on their heels right now.
Eduardo Malinowski, 8th man to bat in the inning. Smoked! Will it stay fair? Foul! Penn, the 3rd pitcher of the inning.
That was the best thing for Malinowski, too, to see a changeup that was not even close, just to get him back into the at-bat.
Swung on and missed.
Point on Monday if they don't win this game.
Max Wagner, ACC Player of the Year. He homered his last time up. That was against Bradley Kurtner. 27th homer. ACC record's 31. J.D. Drew. You played with and against a lot of players. Where was J.D. in terms of best you've ever seen?
When I play with him, he was the best. Well, I played with him twice, but when I played with him in Atlanta, the best player I've ever seen. 5'2" guy, unbelievable. If he could stay healthy, which he did that year, he was amazing. And by the way, he let me borrow his glove when I played outfield for the first time too. So,
is that right?
Yeah, I've got kind of fond memories of that.
Any holes in it, or did you do okay?
Well, I didn't catch a ball, so.
That is a wonderful play by DeMartini. And look at that hose! Good God! Carson DeMartini, defensive play of the game.
Outstanding play. Max Wagner smokes this ball. One hop to his right. Gets up. Perfect throw to first base. Schobel's legit at shortstop. DeMartini's very good at third base. This infield defense is very solid for Virginia Tech.
Cooper Engel. Engel 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the second inning.
So going back to JD before, just one quick thought is, I played Chipper Jones on our team that year too.
Yep.
Andrew Jones on that team. JD was the best to me.
What?
That year.
2 down. Engel is retired. That's some high praise. You know, J.D. Drew was massive prospect. Remember, Philadelphia took him. Phillies. And he didn't sign. Held out. Played independent ball at St. Paul Saints in the Northern League. And then finally signed. Sped to the big leagues. Yeah, injuries were a big deal. Blake Wright swings to the first pitch and pops it foul. You probably played against, I'm assuming, Khalil Green for a while. Khalil Green, of course, was the All-American, all-everything shortstop for Clemson, and then high first-round pick, came to the big leagues with the San Diego Padres, also played with St. Louis. Khalil Green was a nice player, too.
He was a great player. You know, he dealt with a lot of other things, too, off the field that he overcame and was an incredible player. So you have to give him a lot of credit for the career he had. Obviously, the talent was there, but there were a lot of things that he dealt with that he overcame as well.
Clemson's had some good middle infielders, recent vintage. Brad Miller, Mike Freeman, Tyler Krieger.
I love Tyler. I hit with Tyler when he was a kid.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I think he's now the Braves champ.
I believe he is, yeah.
0-2 to right. Popped up. That's a good inning by Christian Worley. Shallow left field, who wants it? Catches made.
Burst in game 2 of that series, and the rest is history.
Carson Jones leads things off. 6th inning action. Jones, Donlin, and DeMartini against Jeffrey Gilbert. Clemson looking for some consistency on the mound. An inning ago, they gave up 2 runs in an inning in which Virginia Tech never had a base hit. 5 walks from 3 different pitchers, allowing 2 runs to score. Carson Jones playing in just his 13th game of the year. He's got 6 homers, including one back in the 3rd inning.
Gilbert was one of Clemson's best relievers last year. 28 games, a 2.23 ERA this year. This hasn't been his year, but right now he can step up and give them some innings, give them some momentum.
Off-speed pitch of beauty. Back-to-back strikeouts dating back to last inning for Gilbert.
Great slider from Gilbert. Got that good changeup. Fastball's not overpowering, but he's got a good slider as well.
Lucas Donlin walked and scored an inning ago. All right, Nick, help the kids out at home. A good changeup. A good changeup. How do you pick it up?
I think they're, it's tough to pick up if you have good arm speed, and there are 2 different changeups to me that are effective. Gilbert has that one that just kind of continues to ride off to the arm side, and if he can throw it on the outside corner to righties where you've got a third of the plate and just let it ride off with good arm action. It's almost like a parachute. You can't see it. You don't know where it's going to end up. And then you have the straight change, which is literally like a fastball that just rides in there 7, 8, 10 miles an hour slower. They're both hard to pick up if the arm action is the same as the fastball.
So if the arm action is the same, fastball and changeup, there's no tell. It's just basically
you can't tell until they hang it. And that's what you get.
3 consecutive strums. Back when ballpoint arms, it didn't really exist. It was always starter or bust. But Clemson kind of broke the mold in the 90s when they had Chris Benson heading the rotation, and Ken Vining, Billy Koch. Great teams.
Billy Koch was one of those first guys that I remember really throwing 99 consistently. I mean, now you see it all the time, so it almost is normal now, but back then,
it's like 105 now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's a good chance that Gilbert's going to strike outside.
Once he gets locked in, he's able to locate the fastball, and guys don't really know what's coming. And again, that changeup just makes that fastball that much more effective.
Got it.
Ended up winning 5-3.
First ball swinging. Briar Hawkins lifts it foul. Hawkins, Camden Troyer, Caden Grice batting here in the 6th inning. Christian Worley's come out of the pen and restored order for the Hokies. He has not allowed a base runner. Came out of the pen with a runner on in the 4th inning, then retired the side in order. In the 5th, retired the side in order.
That inning in the 4th was tricky. They had Siverling come in. 4 pitches, walked Caden Grice, and then Worley comes in and, like you said, restores order.
Games like this, the winning pitcher is determined by the official score, who is the most effective pitcher. And right now, no doubt about it, it's been Christian Worley. Worley's a sophomore from Alton, Virginia. Blew it past him. 94 miles an hour. Second strikeout for Worley.
Fastball's got plenty of zip to it, can elevate, gets a little bit of run as well. Can't do anything with that pitch.
Well, if the score was flip-flopped, you'd be talking about Camden Troyer as the player of the game. He is 2 for 2, homered his last time up, and he is full of mud and dirt because of a phenomenal catch that he made down the right field line. That was back in the 3rd inning when Virginia Tech scored 7 runs. What would it have been like if he hadn't made that play in right field?
Sometimes, I mean, when you look at this game, obviously that catch is going to go unnoticed as of now, but that was a big catch.
Yeah, it was. Goes the opposite way. Down the left field line, Hurley giving chase. 2 down. Got that one off the end of the bat. What's the best thing that you've noticed Christian Worley do since he came out of the pen?
I think more than anything, just attacking the zone. I mean, you have 94 in the tank. Sometimes it tends to run arm side, but he's done a nice job of throwing strikes and not trying to strike everybody out. And I think that's the one thing that he has to understand. I've got good stuff. Let me pitch to contact. Those strikeout numbers are there, and he can get the strikeout, but that's not what we chase.
just keep loading up. Coming up empty against Worley. Caden Rice 0 for 1 to the walk. Sophomore from Greer, South Carolina. And look at that. Worley strikes out a pair. He has now faced 9 Clemson Tigers. Distinctively great in the NFL.
Did D'Angelo Hall go there?
Yeah, not in that category.
He was good.
Now, Bruce Smith, man.
Bruce Smith, obviously, but
here's Nick Biddison leading things off. Fouls it back to the screen. Now, no one debates the greatest basketball player in the history of Virginia Tech. That's Vernell Bimbo Coles. No. Del Curry. Del Curry.
Hey, are you referencing Del because you feel like he's watching the game?
I can almost guarantee you he's not. Aren't the Warriors playing right now?
Good point.
So I'm just referencing because he is the greatest hooper ever. From Virginia Tech. We're in Charlotte. Put on the map by Del Curry in the 1988 expansion Charlotte Hornets. Biddison, Cross, and Schobel batting here in the 7th inning. They all homered consecutively in the 3rd. Uh-oh, did he? Deep to left, Taylor, gone! A homer! Second of the night for Gavin Cross. Last time Biddison homered, he followed with a homer of his own. 6'3", 210 pounds. Likely first-round pick, Gavin Cross. Breakout star a year ago. Last season, .345 batter with 11 homers. This season, .319 with 13 homers. Played last summer USA Baseball Collegiate National Team. Considered by many to be the most consistent hitter for Team USA last summer. He had .455 with 4 homers in 11 international games.
He led them in home runs and slugging as well. That was his breakout, and we talked to John Sheff, and he says the next Gavin Cross is going to be Jack Hurley.
Wow, okay. Could be extra bases. And a rattle around in the corner. Look at Cross go. He's thinking 3. Gavin Cross on his way to 3rd. Hum, baby. Up by 7 here in the 7th inning. Cross hustles his way to 3rd.
Gilbert goes fastball up in the zone. A little tomahawk down the right field line. I love how hard Cross is playing, too. Barrels another ball up.
Well, we're not quite there, but we're going to keep one eye on the scoreboard because the run-ahead rule could come into play. Here in the ACC tournament, if one team is ahead by 10 through 7, then it's Katie bar the door. It's a 7-run lead right now, but we're going through the heart of the order for Virginia Tech. Tanner Schobel swings and misses. So if Virginia Tech gets to that magic 10-run lead, Clemson would still have 3 more outs to work with, but this game could end quickly.
We did have that yesterday, 13-3. FSU beat Virginia in 8 innings.
Well, there's not a lot of doubt that Gavin Cross is going to be a pro, but one of the things you really like about the guy is that 6'3", 210 pounds. That's a big boy.
Center fielder. He
leads the ACC in triples. 6 of them. So he can motor.
You know, on TV, he doesn't look 6'3", 210 pounds, but if you're here in person and look at him, he's a big dude.
As one of the guys gets bigger every layer of clothing he takes off. I used to say that about Mickey Mantle. Didn't think he was a big guy, and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness.
Tell you what, guys, with weight training and stuff like that now, it just feels different. 6'2", 6'3" is just normal. But they're still athletic at that stage.
Well, but then you get guys like Tanner Schobel to play right now. He's 5'10", 170. And he's actually batting in the line of protecting Gavin Cross.
It has pop.
To left field. This is going to stay in the ballpark. Cross tags. And he'll score easily. Yeah, the thing about this Virginia Tech team and how great they've been this year is it's not a bunch of guys who are five-star recruits and blue chips. Not a bunch of guys who were drafted, come out of high school, and decided to play in the ACC. It's a lot of guys who have turned themselves into ballers. Off the glove of Max Wagner. That is the third ball today that has hit Wagner in his glove, and he's not been able to make a play. Now that one is scorched.
Good swing. I mean, when you have power like these guys do, they don't use the power all the time. It's fastball off the plate. He's covering the outside part of the plate with the barrel. We saw Tommy White do that last night. 2 balls off the plate, barreled 2 of them up for home runs.
Scored a single for Hurley. Here's Kate Hunter. So just thinking out loud here. If Kate Hunter, who's got power, he's got 15 homers on the season. If he homers here, that would make it a 10-run lead for Virginia Tech. Now, Clemson would get their last at-bats in the 7th. But that would invoke the run-ahead rule if we go through 7 complete with one team leading by 10.
And I don't think this would be a good thing at all for Clemson. Trying to make a statement to get to the NCAA tournament.
Ball's been flying all evening long. Five homers hit by Virginia Tech. 3 homers hit by Clemson. Good job of pitching there by Gilbert. He has now struck out 5 since coming out of the pen.
Good slider. It's a little bit of a sword. But Gilbert getting ahead, he's been really good. The home run to Biddison with a 3-1 count. Had to come with a pitch that Biddison could handle. But when he's ahead, he's been lights out.
Here's Eduardo Malinowski. Every single time that Malinowski has come to the plate today, he's been framed beautifully. Our director has stayed on him for a long time. There's probably a reason for that. Malinowski is a Penn transfer. Our director, Maceo Grant, is a Penn man as well.
I knew Maceo was smart, but I didn't know that
Ivy League smart.
he was Ivy League smart.
Widely considered to be the best director in the NBA, Maceo Grant.
Love it.
Not just me talking. One and 2 to Malinowski. Jack Gurley on at first. Already 2 runs have scored. In this game, we've got 20 combined runs. Only once in 1 inning has just 1 run been scored. It's always been multiple runs. Hurley moves to scoring position. 8-run lead, and he steals second base.
Garris had no shot. 10 stolen base for Hurley.
Off the end of the bat, second baseman right. Reed Garris, number 9 hitter. He'll bat. It'll be Garris in the top of the order, Benjamin Blackwell and Will Taylor. Christian Worley has been fantastic. Worley has faced the minimum. Came on with 2 outs and a base runner on in the 4th inning. Got Garris to strike out, and then after Garris, 8 consecutive outs. This is now 10 consecutive outs. First out of our 7th inning. Let's check in with Lindsay.
What's up, Eric? I was speaking with Monty Lee before today's game, and he was telling me about Benjamin Blackwell. He's stepping up to the plate right now, and he said, beginning of the season, he was actually slotted the number 9 hitter, but he said he worked his absolute butt off and kept producing numbers, and after that, he earned his spot all the way up to being leadoff for the Tigers.
Transfer from Dayton, had to earn his stripes. It's a Tiger who had to earn his stripes. Makes sense, right?
Does make sense. He's been solid at shortstop, too. Done a nice job.
A lot of 3s for Blackwell. Coming into the game, batting average 329, 3 homers, 33 runs batted in. Will it be playable? Well, Virginia Tech trying to get what Clemson has. No team has won more ACC tournaments than the Clemson Tigers. 10 all time. Into the alley, right center field. That'll get down. Blackwell can scoop. He stops at second. 1-out double for... And Taylor lifts it foul and out of play. Your odds have increased of getting a foul ball if you stuck around. About probably 3/4 of the crowd departing. We had some significant rain. And actually the seats in the lower bowl, a lot of people are tucked up behind balcony now because those are the dry seats. Seats underneath the overhang are the coveted seats now. Nick, what are some of the things that you did during your big league career when you were waiting out rain delays?
Obviously it's frustrating for anybody, but you just try to keep your mind fresh, keep it loose on, what are you going to do when the game starts? How do I get loose? How do I get ready? I just like to take a break, honestly, and then try to ramp it back up because you don't know when the game's going to start again. And this whole situation here was the same type of thing. It's like we didn't see any rain, any sign of rain, so it's a shock. Well, when's the rain going to come and when are we going to play again? And all of a sudden you have 15 minutes when they tell you we got to get going. And this might be a little bit different too because where do they go? I saw a lot of players in the dugout. I saw a lot of fans obviously left, but where did the players end up going that weren't in the dugout?
Those are full dugouts too.
They are full.
Last couple of years, COVID related, there have been massive rosters around college baseball. We're talking 40 guys. Look at that. There's not an empty spot in that top rail. And it keeps going. Both sides. 2 balls and 2 strikes. High drive. Playable. Gavin Cross.
Okay, 2-9. You still got a chance.
2 down. So Will Taylor is now 0 for 3. Next in line is Max Wagner. Wagner, the ACC Player of the Year. Who knows? This could be his final at-bat of the season. You just don't know. Clemson, because they lost a couple of days ago, knew coming into this game that they weren't going to be able to play during the semifinal round of this year's tournament. So this will be the last game of the tournament for Clemson, and then postseason baseball is not a given. This could be the final at-bat of the season for Wagner. He's sitting on 27 homers.
I think the biggest challenge to these guys, obviously, a guy like Max Wagner wants to get back up and do this kind of damage again. And we know how good of a player he is. We know he can produce on the field, but to be down by 8, had that delay, come back and try to bring that energy back is tough.
It's a noodle one.
0-2. Higgins ahead of Wagner.
It's a noodle one. He is throwing cheese. It's okay, she's learning.
Good block. Kate Hunter's done a good job behind the plate.
Yes, he has.
You're good. Your catcher can't even catch. Freeze him there.
I love how Higgins waves that left elbow before every pitch. And it works. Higgins down the right field wall. That was back in the 3rd inning. Limited time this year for Jones, just his 13th game, but he has 6 homers. Defense plays him to the right side of second base. 3 infielders shifting, thinking that Jones is going to pull. Nick, you played in the Rays chain for a while. Way back when you were playing with Tampa Bay, were they into analytics as much as they are now? Little half swing. Ammons hurries off the bump. Nice play. Whew. All right, out number 1 here in the 8th inning.
No, we never really looked at analytics. At that time, Lou Piniella was the manager,
my goodness,
so it's like old school. We know how he feels, but I will say this: they were innovative as far as the training staff was doing things I've never seen before, which was heading in the direction where they are now, and I love it. I mean, I think there's just so much to gain from it.
Hit well off the bat of Lucas Donlin. Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, I think that whatever you can do to make yourself smarter and give yourself an edge, why not? You know, it's professional sports.
And same thing with training staffs and all that stuff. I mean, when I came up with the Braves, they were so old school. The trainer had been there for a bazillion years, and we weren't trying anything new. So it was basically like, hey, I had a repaired ACL. I don't use any weights. I just use, bands and that type of thing and hand pressure. And we never really got me to the point where I was lifting weights with a repaired ACL. And when I went somewhere else, I was like, oh, wow, we can do so many more things and get our bodies in such better shape and, just think about things differently. And I thought it was so cool. And no disrespect to any of the old school people, but everything's changed so much. It's been really cool. I think when you look at these college swings, everybody knows how to have a good swing because it's out there. We understand the mechanics. And I think that's amazing because now you understand the swing. You know how to swing efficiently, effectively. You know what provides power. It's just doing it now. I was chopping wood when I was hitting.
You did it pretty well for 8 years, man. Not too bad. Called strike 3. Donlin strikes out. Ammons has retired 2 in a row.
Good pitch on the inside part of the plate. A nice comeback from Ammons.
But you see so many of these high school kids now moving on to college, and before they even get to college, they're working with trainers and they're working at academies and these huge warehouses, and velocity and spin rates and all this kind of stuff is being measured. And these kids, they may actually never face another batter as a pitcher, but they're getting better just because of what these machines and computers are doing.
And we talked about that, about the talent in the North where the weather's not great, but you still have the ability to become a very good player. And then once you figure out what works for you, then you put it on the field and you play, and you're seeing great players from the North, and that's an awesome sign for baseball. Hammond's coming in hot.
That's a different situation. Obviously, this is pro ball, but guys who from Latin America frequently these days aren't playing a lot of games either, but there's these different showcases, and they're able to work up their bodies and work up their skill, and they go to these showcases, and that's how they get signed. So it's amazing. Skill development. Every sport nowadays. Get better on your own and then see how it works in a game. It used to be just play games and see how you get better. So after striking out Donlin, Emmons walks DeMartini on 4 pitches to allow Nick Biddison to come to the plate. Nick Biddison has had a day and a half. He has come to the plate 5 times and not been retired once. Biddison has 2 walks. He's got a double. He's got 2 home runs, and he has 5 runs batted in. So the last thing that Emmons wanted to do was to walk DeMartini to get to Biddison. We've already seen a 3 home run game so far in this year's tournament. Actually, you saw it, not me.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it live.
Tommy White, 3 homers, North Carolina State yesterday. That power's real, huh?
It's real, especially opposite field. I mean, when you looked at the way they pitched him, everything was away, and he was making them pay. And then Andrew Walters comes in, the best closer in the nation. Doesn't give him any fastballs. He gave him 1 fastball, and that was inside. And it's like, okay, I get it. We know where your strength is. But it was impressive, that's for sure.
Ball and 2 strikes to Biddison. Runners on motion. Second consecutive inning with an 8-run lead that Virginia Tech stolen a base. Last inning it was Jack Hurley. Healthy swing, 2 strikes, do it again. Tomorrow's the final day of pool play. 3 more games coming your way. After tomorrow evening, we will have our 4 semifinalists, and we'll have 2 semifinal games on Saturday before the championship on Sunday. Blake Wright homered his first time up. That was in the 2nd inning. First 2 runs of the game for Clemson. He did that off the starter, Ryan Metz. Metz went 2 innings. He was followed by Bradley Kurtner. Matthew Siverling only pitched to 1 batter. That was back in the 4th inning. But then the guy who really solidified things, guy who's probably going to get the win should this score hold, Christian Worley. He threw 3 1/3, and by far and away the most effective pitcher for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, you have to give him a ton of credit, too. And it was a career-high innings pitch for him, 3 1/3. Career-high pitch count at 37, but he locked it down when they needed him to. And when Siverling came in and threw 4 straight balls, it was like, oh, my goodness. There's a little bit of panic with John Schiff, and Worley came in and dominated.
Hot smash backhanded by the first baseman, Donlin. 2 down. Four in a row retired by Higgins.
Really nice play by Donlin.
Briar Hawkins. Off the end of the bat. 12 teams invited here to Charlotte. Clemson, the lowest seed. Last year's champion, Duke, did not get invited.
I feel like quality of the league this year is just even better than we've seen in the previous years. Looking up and down this list, and Pitt, I feel like they're a much better team than what their numbers have shown, and everybody else is really, really good.
Only 2 baseball playing schools in the ACC not here. You got Duke and Boston College. For the umpteenth consecutive year, the Syracuse baseball team didn't qualify for the ACC tournament. Somewhere Jim Boeheim scowling.
But if you look at 14 teams in the league, right, 11 possibly could get into the NCAA tournament. That's pretty good.
That's impressive. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hawkins. To third, DeMartini on the run. Good inning pitched by 3. Across from Bristol, Tennessee. That home run he hit back in the 3rd inning is 14th of the season. Tardy, 93 miles an hour, up high. It's a ball and a strike. Right through the shift. Gavin Cross said, you know what? I see your shift. Doesn't bother me. His 3rd hit of the game.
Slider up in the zone. One of the rare mistakes Ammons has made so far. Cross just bounces it through the right side.
Tanner Schobel. He hit the 3rd of the back-to-back-to-back homers from Virginia Tech in the 3rd inning. He has had 5 plate appearances, but only 2 at-bats. 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. Ammons got a live arm, didn't he?
I like him, and he's had a lot of success this year, but if you look at his last 9 appearances, that would be including Tuesday, the 3rd of an inning. That was only his 2nd hit given up. So a 2nd hit given up in his last 10 now. Hasn't given up an earned run over that time. Strikeout stuff, big arm.
Nobody out, runner on at first base. Driven to right field. Troyer goes back, it's over his head and off the wall. Extra bases for Schobel. Cross will stop at 3rd. It's a double for Tanner Schobel. So the top 3 batters in the Virginia Tech lineup, all with multiple extra base hits in our ball game.
Just keep on hitting. Schobel, beautiful swing on a pitch down in the zone. Absolutely rakes.
I'll tell you, they've got the extra base hit working. Virginia Tech is getting a lot of bang for their buck. Jack Hurley takes outside, lefty-lefty matchup. Hurley, his last time up, he singled. He has got 2 hits, both have been singles. Oh my goodness, what's going on with that? He hasn't joined the extra base hit parade. Guess that means he's due, right?
Well, the last base hit he had was a fastball away off the plate, covered it, line drive to left. But the way they play him, they know that he can cover that. They know that he can hit the ball the other way. Sometimes you just don't get pitches to drive.
One and two. All right, so Virginia Tech, they've got 13 hits as a team. They have 5 singles and 5 homers. They've got a triple and they've got 2 doubles. So of their 13 hits, 8 of them have been for extra bases.
So what you're saying is they know how to get the ball in the air.
I'm saying they're good.
That's been established as well.
Came into this game a team batting average of 309 with 104 homers.
The 5 home runs today put him at 109, which overtakes 4th place in the Virginia Tech baseball history books. 1982 team at 107.
Hurley stays alive. Still nobody out. Runners on at second and third. Chase the pitch.
Wow.
Ammons strikes out Hurley. Third strikeout for Ammons. On that 1982 Virginia Tech team that you're talking about with all that
Stubbs?
power, Franklin Stubbs.
Nice.
That was the year that Stubbs was drafted by the Dodgers in the first round, 19th overall. We were talking about it earlier in the game. Franklin Stubbs, nicknamed Cadillac. Arguably the greatest hitter in Virginia Tech history. Had 104 big league homers, won a World Series title with the 1988 Los Angeles Dodgers. That was the Kirk Gibson.
I love it.
I don't believe what I just saw.
What a cool moment that was. Go down in history forever. And kids that didn't even see that still know what that is.
Kirk Gibson, I'm not sure if it's still the case, but Kirk Gibson for a long time was the only man who was an MVP, a league MVP during the regular season, who never made an all-star team in his career.
Oh, wow.
That's hard to do. Clearly, he's the only man who's ever done it. College player, Kirk Gibson, played at Michigan State, two-sport player. He was an elite receiver at Michigan State.
Huh. I don't think I knew that.
That's why I'm here.
I love information.
On the ground, this will drive in a run. Right from the outfield grass, 2 down. He's got nothing next to his name. He's 0 for 5. And the ball gets away. And safe at home is Schobel. The catcher, Reed Garris, just didn't understand that Schobel was coming down the line. I think if he realized and it dove into the line of fire, could have had it out. Not recommended, but I think he could have gotten it out.
Still playing hard. Ball. It was about 50 feet. He could have flipped it for sure. I don't know if he would have had it anyway, though. Evans wasn't at the plate.
I just thought that if he'd immediately would have dove. Maybe that's not your instinct, but if he immediately would have dove.
I think the first thing is to look and see if the runner's going. And at that situation, I don't know if he expected that to happen in this type of game. And then your next move is to flip it, and Ammons wasn't there for that.
Chopper. Ammons has to hurry. And I think that actually, I don't think that hit the runner. I think that actually hit the fielder. Did that hit Hawkins or did that hit Malinowski? It's going to be a base hit.
I think it hit both of them.
So it's an infield base hit for Malinowski. He'll take it. He had been 0 for 4. I thought this hit Hawkins.
What a great play by Ammons, too. Thought he had no shot. I think he hit off both of them, I believe.
Yeah, definitely hit the first baseman Hawkins. Bonk. Bonk. Yep. Carson Jones. Jones is now the first man to face Ammons twice. An inning ago, he bounced back to Ammons. Smoked. Oh my. That's the second homer of the game for Carter. His
Home run
homer
number
back in
7.
the third inning. He was celebrating, looking at the dugout as he was running
right
to
off the
first
bat.
base. Yeah.
Right off the bat. An explosion.
Lucas Donlin. Some people out there maybe say, well, geez, I thought there's that 10-run ahead rule. Well, there is that, but we're going to have Clemson get their final at bat here in the 9th inning. So that's thrown out the window. Smashed, caught by the second baseman right. Camden Troyer has had a nice day. 2-run homer for Troyer in the 4th inning. Popped out of play. Okuda's been around for a while, 50 years. Game where you're trailing by 12 runs in the 9th inning. Keep your focus, give a good at bat.
Yes, very hard. I mean, it's part of the game, but
Softly, second base side, Malinowski.
yeah, it's difficult to stay focused in a game like this, and it's just one of those things where you have to individually focus on what you can do. You aren't going to come back in this game, but at least have some sort of positive to feed off of whenever you finish the game and feel better about yourself the way you approach the game.
Grice to third. DeMartini's made everything today. He has been an eyeful. Really good job defensively at the hot corner. 2 down. Well, this game was important for Clemson coming into this one. They're thinking about the postseason. They desperately want to get there. A win over the second-ranked team in the country and the #1 seed in this year's tournament would have gone a long way.
Yeah, and I think that the challenging part now is I don't know how much the RPI is going to change, but they're going to end up being 13 and 18 in conference play.
Chad Ferry's going to get in the bat. Ferry sophomore, Greenwood, South Carolina, batting for Reed Garris, and this should end the ball game. Second base side, Malinowski makes the play. Ball game over. Virginia Tech has now won 41 games in 52 tries this year, and they move on to a big game tomorrow. Virginia Tech taking on North Carolina for a spot in the semifinals as the champions of Pool A.
That's going to be a fun matchup, and Carolina came out with a bat swing against Clemson on Tuesday. Well, they're going to need